Question: who said Mercedes could solve their current Formula One issues in 2 to 3 races? Good day, and thank you so much for watching this video. That statement came from James Allison, the current Mercedes Chief Technical Officer. Why is such a statement so amazingly grabbing attention, you may ask? Because we witnessed in 2022 race 1 in Bahrain, race 2 in Jeddah, and the third race that James Allison is talking about is next weekend in Melbourne, Australia. James Allison, you may remember, worked for Lotus in 2008. He then worked for Ferrari. Unfortunately, most believed he left Ferrari in 2016 because of a sudden death of his wife from meningitis. James Allison was hired by Mercedes in 2017 and was promoted to a Chief Technical Officer in 2019. James Allison is a brainiac in the world of Formula One. When he made such a statement, it's deserving of an attention. What is the possibility that Melbourne, in 1 week or less, will be the transformation of the German giant? There's no surprise to everyone who follows Formula One that Mercedes is bound for an upgrade next weekend in Melbourne at the Australian Grand Prix. There's also no surprise if you know about Formula One, and Sir Lewis Hamilton is more than ever committed with his team to be back to the top step of Formula One. Now, many who may doubt the German giant, I just wanted to go back and remind them of why I have such a belief in such a team. I am a reader, and I read the story about 1919 to year 1922, when the Mercedes were known for the white elephant. If you don't know about the white elephants from Mercedes, go back or Google 1919, 1922 Mercedes white elephants and their impact in motorsport. I said it before, and I always would believe in it. You never underestimate the German giants, such as Mercedes. And even more profoundly, you should never underestimate the German giant, aided by the greatest ever Formula One driver in history. You don't have to be a hater to disagree. Lewis Hamilton is the greatest ever. And I always said this, math has no opinion. What would it be like for Mercedes in Melbourne to be on the top step with Sir Lewis Hamilton? I can't help but to see why, if you followed my videos past, I called it the Lewis Hamilton effect, which, according to Red Bull, Christian Spice Horner, Helmut Marko, and even Max Verstappen, anyone but Lewis will do. Imagine should Lewis Hamilton be the winner in Melbourne, minute after the race ends, I promise you, you're going to hear Christian Spice Horner talking about the Mercedes side pods. He's going to use the statement from Ross Brawn, who said, yes, indeed, those side pods look extremely aggressive. All the game that Kimi Räikkönen talked about, the fakery of Formula One, will be rejuvenated because of Lewis Hamilton. We've seen the games that perceive that right now you see between Matteo Benito and Christian Horner at the pits, and you see Max Verstappen relationship with Leclerc, what appears to be respect, that was never apparent when Lewis Hamilton was winning. I, for one, am a believer that the possibilities are there, and that if James Allison made such a statement, I believe in it. And I cannot wait to see what the outcome of Sir Lewis Hamilton on the top podium in Melbourne would be. Yes, You may call it a dream. I don't care. Call it whatever you may want to call it. I know the history of the German giant. I know the ability of Mercedes and Sir Lewis Hamilton. And yes, it may be far-fetched, but it's a possibility that I can help but to think about. Mostly when I know the third race that James Allison talked about is next weekend. Can't wait to see it. Would love to know what you think. Do you think, yes, it's possible? And if you don't believe that the third race is the race, how many more races do you foresee before you see Mercedes and Sir Lewis Hamilton be on the top step? I'll go back and remind everyone, Red Bull will not be competing for the top step in the year 2022 by season end. It will be between Ferrari and Mercedes. We shall see. Thank you always. May God bless you.